It's a beatbox cab. Anyway, being as I'm killing some time here, I thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown of what we've got. This lovely, beautiful and very clean at the moment cab. It fucking ought to be because it's brand new. Right, here we are. These are the wonderful cup holders, right? They're great, these are. I'll move that away just to so you can see, right? That's what you've got, and you just give it a nice little pull like that on it very gently. I'm going to go mad, but this is where the clever bit is, because you can push that back and it reveals there's a part where you can put your mug. Yeah, mug time, it's a mug time. Yeah. Well, then again, I mean, most of you lot are a bunch of mugs, aren't you? Nice, pretty chair colour look, but it's cloth. It's not leather, which is a bit of a shame. But then again, what do you expect? You got the double bunk. Well, obviously, you got this one here. My dirty couch on it, and then you got some light controls over there. There's also the door. I don't know why you'd want to have the door lock open over there. I'm not sure. The only thing I can suggest that that's for is for the ladies of the night. But that's just, you know, in the fantasy world, if you know what I mean. There's even the sunroof buttons, there's light buttons, there's the heater buttons and all the rest of that crap, and then you've also got yourself a little book lamp as well for reading your book or basically doing whatever you want to do. Maybe you want to see what's going on, I don't know. I don't want to be stepping over here too much. Let me seat down a bit so I can move. Right, but I don't want to get climbing all over the carpet, you see. So, as you got the old, hang on. I'll have to clean it. So you give it a pull, and come down, and there you have it. That's the mattress part. Nice and tidy. There's some Velcro strips for the curtain. When you want to stick the curtain over there, a little bit of a pocket over here, look, there's absolutely nothing in it. So, yes, that's what that's all about. That's a good exercise, that is. And you've got another little compartment there for putting stuff in there, which is also cool with those ones down there. I wonder what that's for. I have no idea. Some hangers, we've got hangers, yes. Here. There's also hangers on this side. Speakers, but I don't think these are wired in, so this must be like a lower end version. There's my footprint that I've just placed into the carpet, which I shall have to clean out in a moment, because I wouldn't want to leave it there. Little compartment there for knick-knacks and stuff, so you could put your chewing gum in there if you fancy, or for the ladies of the night, the condoms. What? Hey, at the end of the day, right, these things happen. You don't want to think about it, but it bloody does. I'd rather it not myself, but I have. I'll just shut it up there for a minute. Crap up there as well at the road. Alright. Then we've got ourselves a fridge. It's all brand new. It's nice and tidy, clean, because it's not been used yet. Not been messed about with, so when you pull it out, you've even got a cup holder there as well, look. And because obviously we have stupid people, it's letting you know you can't stand on the fucker. Somebody will. This carpet though, right, this is the thing that is a bit of a pain, because this carpet it floats, it's all over the place, right? Which is a bit unfair really. Plus it's a bit damp as well. I just walked all over it. When we got the old controls on, we've got 18 minutes, right, plenty of time. So we've got here, which is just a usual thing, it's the heater part, but it's nice that they've redesigned it. So when the old DAF has the 3 dials, where you'd have the temperature, you'd have the position where you want the air to blow, and then you'd have the speed of the fan, whereas this is all sort of like being compacted in a way, which is quite cool. Less chance of the knobs being broken off. You got the air con can go there. Turn the fan back on. It's a bit noisy, but you got I think there's only 5 speeds it'll do. We don't do it full blast because you'll make it right bleed out. You've got your directions there, which are on buttons instead of it being on a twist dial, the old-fashioned one. And when it is on, you got these buttons here for like presetting for timers for the heater, and so we've even got a screen one as well, like a screen blower. You can turn the heater on, the night heater, and then you got you can set the times with this one here, which is not highlighted, I don't think, unless you turn that on. It did it the other day when I was playing with it, so high. It's always best to keep that on, you know what I mean, because it's AC is, yes, it's got a nice little snowflake symbol there, but believe it or not, AC, people think, oh, it's to cool it down. No, it's air conditioning, right? People forget that it's it's a little machine that conditions the air. It does actually cool the cab down, but its duty is to actually condition the environment inside the vehicle. So even when you've got the temperature on high, you can still have that on because it will purify the air inside the cab. So, and even in the car, if you've got a car one as well. I mean, on my car, the AC is on permanently. You have to turn it off physically for it to go off, because if it's on, these things last better, they last longer, so then you don't have any worries with it. They won't break down. So, usual suspects with the switches, we have lifting up with a bit of pressure there, and then you give that a tap, and it'll put more pressure down on the drive axle, because it's sort of like takes pressure off the lift axle and puts, so that the weight of the vehicle then pushes down on the drive. That's your lift up and down for your lift axle. That there, which is quite convenient, is your display dimmer, so up or down, which is, it's great to have that actually somewhere where you can find the fucking thing, because 9 times out of 10 it's either inside the computer where you have to go through the menu to find the display and then try and wind it down that way, or you just have a button that's like a rolling button. What would you call it? A rolling switch? Rolling off, whatever. And doing that, you tend to then end up getting busted or something. But I don't know, I prefer that. That's good, though. Up or down. Diff lock. You only really need that if you're in a place like maybe a building site that's muddy and you've got to move about a bit. It's only for low speed. You don't drive with those on. As in motorway driving, you just use it for when you got low traction. Muddy places, for somewhere where there's no grip, and you can use that to use both wheels then to drive and pull you out of situations, which is always good. We have traction control, leveler to level the suspension off, and that's for your hill climbing stuff and whatever, when you want a bit of boost and what all. Going downhill, it helps with the brakes and it does all that crap. You can turn the AdBlue system on or off, which is always nice. You've got this is for your lane control. This will sound an alarm if you drift across the dotted lines of the lane that you're in on, say, motorway driving. That there is I imagine it's the assisted ABS. I don't know much about it, but it is incorporated with the cruise control, right? And basically it sort of protects you from vehicles pulling in front of you. It'll slow the vehicle down and stuff. But if you've got a fault with your ABS system, like say you plug the ABS lead into the trailer and an amber light shows on the screen, right? Even though the ABS is nothing wrong with the ABS on the trailer, it's just a bad communication. Well, this truck will have that will turn off, that turns off, and the safety feature for the the crash sensor thing, that turns off. So basically, you have no protection, none whatsoever. It's like driving old school. It's brilliant. All because an ABS decides not to communicate properly with a truck. Right here, another great idea, which is what I like to see. They've improved the interior lights, which is what I've got on at the moment. Have a quick look up there. Yeah, so we've got, I'll turn them all off, right? Which is what you want. You want something where it literally lights the place up, so as you can see we're doing it at night time. So if you want a bit of, you know, set the mood for the ladies of the night, you got that one there. And then you've got the floodlight for the old stadium performance, and then there you are. You can also turn the other ones on and get a bit look. You can turn them down as well, apparently, I think. I'm not sure which one does that though. Is it that one that does it? Yeah. So if you're on this mode, you can use the up or down for dimming it. So you can dim it down and dim it. It just depends on what you fancy, or you can just have it on full blast and the job's a good one. That one there is for that little light over there, so that if the passenger wants to turn the light on and have something to look at when you say read the map maybe and it's in the dark, well there you have it, you can turn that on. And also the driver has the same as well, which is right there. Door, that's to open the door and close the door. Yeah, well it doesn't physically actually like a, you know, no, it's not like that. No, it's the lock. It's to unlock it. Simple as that. And then you've got a switch, which is what you should have in every vehicle for the reverse bleeper. Now, the reason why you should have a switch on your reverse bleeper is because of noise ordinance, right? And if you're going to a place that's near a built-up area within a certain radius, you're not allowed to have noises past 7 o'clock at night. Past 11 o'clock at night until 7 AM in the morning. That is the noise ordinance, and that's been like that for fucking ever, you know, whatever, since the earth was created. But so when you come to a place that you're delivering this in a built-up area, you are supposed to turn your bleepers off, so that you don't make too much noise, because these things are a pain in the arse at night going, nah, 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 nah. And of course when it's the dead of night, these things get amplified even more so, and especially those stupid things that sound like a crow having a scrap with a cat. But they're not brilliant, but because obviously DAF has thought about these things, I mean they've also, most of their trucks do have a switch for the reverse bleeper, which is perfectly fine. And it's just as it should be. But why other companies don't, and they just have it nailed in place, and that's it, you're fucking done, you ain't having it on, off at all, screw it. Which is a silly thing really, but hey-oh, there you are. Right then, what we got else? This little dial here, if I can find it, where are you? There we go. That is there to control the display on the screen, as if with the computer and what have you. So you can adjust all your stuff and have a look through and see what's what and play and have a mess and all the rest of it. And via doing that, you press it in and it'll give you all these, twist the dial and it'll give you all this function to play with and have a mess around with. And that gives you my air supply. It's a bit of an airlick by the looks of it. Hitting the return button will bring me back down to that. I can check the oil, we'll say no data because the vehicle's been running. And then what else we got? What did that just say then? That was cool. What was that then? Let's have a look. Oh no data. Just says about last check. Yeah, usual dashboard display. It's pretty minimal, which you don't really need a fat lot, to be honest with you. Obviously we got the fuel gauge and the nice pretty lights alongside there. That is the AdBlue gauge, which you should be able to read there with a bit of luck. And yeah, that's pretty much what you get on the old display. I've dropped down to 87 on total performance, which is a bit of a shit, and that was all due to getting in here. So now I'll look at this light now. I'm on 87 total. Boo. 62 on that. That's crept up, and 94. Whereas I was on 98, but I'm down to 94 now, which is a bit shit. But that's because I'm fucking around in here. That is. Not to worry though. Not to worry. Doesn't matter. I'm only having a flap with it. It's all right. Then we got light switches. Yes, the usual stuff. More light. This particular one here with the cross on it, that looks like a ball, but actually that's there. You just make quick turn off of the lights. You just go whack, and the whole lot goes off. Alright, that'll even turn off when you open the door. So when you open the door, the light comes on. Well, that'll stop that from happening. That will. And then obviously the next one there is your catwalk light. What else we got to play with? Controls on here. This is a different one. Let's see if I can do it. Hang on a minute. Right, let's get myself in a position. Watch the display as well, right? So you got usual stuff set and all that bollocks. You can limit your amount of movement you do when it comes to travelling, but if you put this on, it'll change the display to that. Well, if you use the set button, you can turn, if you press the dot one up there, and increase the sensor distance between you and the vehicle in front. And if you do that other one there, that'll increase the time it'll coast for, I think. But don't quote me on that, because I'm not quite sure what that actually does, but all I see is the green ticks fly up the screen. So when the green ticks are flying up the screen, I'll leave it, and that's as much as I do. It's just with this lot here and with that over there. So yeah, phone stuff. Yeah. The only thing is though, I don't know if the phone actually works in this, because I've not really bothered to try, to be fair. But the USB, which is down here, right, which plugs in, you can plug your phone into, but the auxiliary jack is what I use. Unfortunately, this is where DAF fails miserably, right, when it comes to the sound system in the cab. It's basic, it's crap, it's not even worth pissing on, to be fair. It's horrible. I mean, it's 2018, they can't even update the unit so that you can plug your phone in and use it by either Bluetooth stream it, or even USB operate it. It says error, read error, it won't play it. So I know that you can put a thumb drive into there with music on. If you want to play it that way, you can do that. But there is no CD player with this, it's just the radio and the auxiliary, that's all you get. You have got a charging point there for your mobile devices or whatever you want, but you can also charge it through that as well, I imagine. It's normally what happens. Which is a shame that they haven't updated the radios. I mean, it might be just this model, but to have this particular model of radio has been in since whenever. So I can't remember how long ago. It's never changed. It's always been this type of thing. But why they haven't updated the radio so it would actually incorporate your mobile device like it should do, I have no idea. I don't get it. It's a bit redundant in effect, isn't it, really, when you think about it? But that little symbol there obviously says phone, but I mean, there's nothing around, unless that's a separate phone thing altogether. Like it's got nothing to do with the radio, because obviously some of the mobile devices go through the radio. Well, that must be a separate thing, but I've not tried it yet, so I don't really know. We've got the usual buttons up there as well. There's your sunroof buttons for this side, same as the ones by the bunk bed. Yes, my brake is now up, I can get gone. Cupboards, yeah, they haven't really changed any shape. And there's this usual room in there, there's not much. But that's about it, really. I mean, you know, your usual, again with the DAF, it's exactly the same as most of the vehicles that are out there. They haven't really changed anything with that, but all the other stuff we've covered, I think we're about done, I think. What do you think? Oh, do you want to have a quick look at that newfangled you know, protection for stupid cyclists thing? I want to have a quick look at that if you want. Yeah, That there is to warn the cyclists that decide to traverse the left-hand side of a vehicle when it's turning left. And what happens is those traffic lights will flash up depending how close or whatever's down the side of you. But also there is an audible sound. I don't know if you can hear it. Hang on. Cyclists are that stupid that they have to have a warning to let them know that the vehicle's turning left. Well, sometimes there is no room for excuses, is there, really? I mean, you do your best to put things like that in place, but realistically, why the fuck should we put things in place like that? Well, unfortunately, that's just the way things are. But anyway, that's that. I suppose I better shoot off, hadn't I? I'll give it a bit of a tour around here. Is there anything you can think of that I showed you? Let me know, and I'll endeavour to fill that gap up. But give me a little comment down there. Let me know what you think. If you like the idea of this, does it look nice? Do you think it's all right? Would you like to drive one? You know what I mean? Or do you drive one? What do you think of it? That's an idea, isn't it? You know what I mean? Me personally, I used to like the DAF when it was manual. And since they changed to automatic, but this isn't that bad. The gearbox is a lot better than all the rest of the gubbins that goes with it. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go. I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you later. Right, toodle people and all that. Ta-da! Bye!